Hello everybody, my name's Paul. I'm the Global Security Advisor for War Child UK. I'm going to be giving you the headquarters induction brief for new coming staff. The countries we work in are volatile and often violent, and the situation changes constantly. The overview you're going to be getting now just goes into some of the overarching security principles which you need to know before working in or with the country teams in our countries.
Security at War Child UK. So why is security important for us? Well, because simply put, if we get it wrong, we won't be able to achieve our aims. Now, we've chosen specifically to go into conflict areas, and we've chosen to go in early. That's because we know that that gives our programs the best chance to have a significant impact on the people who are in need, the children. But our programs need to be sustainable. So therefore, our country plans need to develop and be ensured they're agile enough to respond to any crisis or spikes in insecurity that we may have. So therefore, good security management is a key enabler for War Child's work. So how do we manage security? Well, unsurprisingly, it is a team effort. But let's start off in the countries. Each country of operation has a full-time security officer who works directly to the country director. Now, these guys are the in-country person responsible for the safe implementation of our programs wherever it may be inside the country. Now, they are backed up here at London at the headquarters level by the regional program managers and the program officers. Now, these two desks are our in-house experts who know exactly what program we're running, where our staff are, and of any current issues that we may have. And that's also backed up by the Global Security Advisor, or the GSA, which is me, also based here in London. So let's look at the GSA responsibilities in a little more depth. This will help the wider organisation understand the GSA's role and how he can support your department. So as you can see, I'm responsible for the safe implementation of War Child UK programmes in our country's operation, ensuring they are delivered securely and in a sustainable manner. I do that by supporting the country directors, ensuring that we have strong procedures, give them advice, audits, training, mentoring of the security staff, etc. But I also support the wider organisation to ensure that we implement a safe system of work across the departments. Not only that, I monitor and report the strategic security risks to the Audit and Risk Committee on a quarterly basis. Now, these team are part of War Child's governing body. So what are your responsibilities? Well, security is not just an issue for our teams in country, obviously. So individuals as well, all staff must accept that they have a responsibility to behave in an appropriate way, to follow the security plan and to live and work in a way that is minimum risk. Failure to do this will place themselves and others in danger and impact our ability to achieve our mission. So if you are to travel, you need to be trained so you're not a danger to yourself or others. If you provide support to the country teams, you need to understand the security context in depth. And lastly, if you communicate about War Child outside of the organisation, you need to understand that your communication could have a security implication for the staff in country. So let's look at the organisational security policy. Now, what is this? This security policy is the authoritative document on War Child UK security measures, and it is prescriptive. The policy is reviewed annually, and any changes are reported by the CEO to the Board of Trustees. So what does it consist of? Well, in general, it covers all of our legal aspects, our principles and approaches, the minimum standards we need to achieve, and any specific direction on certain policy areas. Subordinate to the organisational security policy are the country security management documents. All country programmes must develop and maintain a country-specific security risk analysis and security management plan. Now, the plan consists of a security risk assessment, a security plan itself, contingency plans, supporting information. Now, all of this has to be reviewed annually or if there's a significant change in the operating environment, and all staff, consultants and visitors are to adhere to the security plans. Part of the country security management documents is a crisis management plan. So in the event of a critical security incident, one which threatens the security of War Child staff, assets or operations to the extent that War Child's ability to operate is significantly disrupted or compromised, we use our crisis management plan. Now the organisational policy dictates training standards too. So War Child recognises the need to train staff to effectively deal with the environments that they will be working in. So Annex A to the policy is a training syllabus that outlines the training standards required for different roles within the organisation. The individual is responsible to ensure they're trained at the correct level in collaboration with the GSA and their line manager. But also within the organisational security policy, we have some principles which we need to adhere to. The first one is the right to self-defence. The War Child's policies are designed to maximise security in the majority of situations, and War Child staff will be expected to show considerable restraint in the face of provocation and potentially life-threatening situations. However, none of the policies or procedures overrules the individual's inherent right to self-defence. The primacy of life. Whilst War Child staff are expected to exercise all due care and diligence to protect War Child's assets, property or programme materials, no individual should put their lives at risk in order to protect them. The physical security and safety of our staff is of the highest importance and overrides all other considerations. Equal rights. No single member of staff takes priority over another. War Child UK values the security of our staff equally. However, we recognise that the threats and risks associated with individual staff members will be different across the team, and that this will require different approaches to managing their security. Proportionate risk. War Child accepts that in all of its country programmes it is necessary to tolerate a degree of security risk. This risk must, however, be proportionate to the anticipated benefit of each programme. The country director must ensure that regular risk assessments are conducted to maintain this balance. Profile. War Child also recognises that the profile can be an asset to security management as well as a risk. Therefore, in a context in which INGOs have historically been the target of attacks, a high profile is likely to be avoided. Independence and neutrality. War Child will maintain its independence from the influence of government, organisation, group or individual that it comes in contact with. The only exception to this is as an organisation that promotes the rights of children. Local decision making and problem ownership. Those closest to the problem will often be able to come up with the best solution. Security issues often need immediate responses and there may be no time to gain permission from managers. It is acceptable, so, to use personal judgment in line with our values within the framework established by the security policy. And so to continue, in alignment with our security principles, we have some prescriptive security policies. The first one being the right to withdraw. Staff must be informed of and prepared for the level of risk that they are likely to encounter. However, unforeseen circumstances or developments may occur, and therefore every individual staff member has a right to request to suspend activities, withdraw and or leave the area. This will be assessed by the CD in consultation with the security advisor. No right to remain. Similarly to the right to withdraw, when the country director directs staff to evacuate or relocate, full and immediate compliance is required from individuals. No one has a right to remain in a location once the decision to evacuate or relocate has been taken. War Child cannot demand that national staff with dependents relocate to another location. responsibility to speak up. It is both the right and responsibility of every individual to raise concerns over security issues. We are a team and must look after each other. If there is a security problem, raise it with your country director, or if necessary, direct it to the security advisor. Weapons and arms security. War Child will not normally allow the use of firearms in our security management. We will not provide transport or accommodation to anyone carrying a firearm. We will not allow firearms to be brought into our offices or into meetings in which War Child UK staff participate. The exception to this rule is for the police when they are called in the event of an emergency. Corruption. Involvement in bribery can pose a serious reputational and security risk to War Child UK. The Global Finance Manual contains the authoritative guidance on bribery, and country directors must ensure their staff understand how to apply the policy. Alcohol and drugs. War Child staff are not permitted to consume any alcohol prior to coming to work or during working hours. Drinking and driving is a disciplinary offence. In most locations, the use of drugs for recreational purposes is illegal and, as such, constitutes a security threat. Incident reporting. Incidents must be reported so that we learn and do not repeat mistakes. Failing to report an incident could seriously harm others. Where it is safe to do so, War Child will also share information about incidents and near misses with other NGOs and NGO forums. A safety or security incident is one which the physical or emotional well-being of a War Child staff is harmed or threatened in any way, or War Child's assets, including reputation, or the private property of staff are damaged, stolen or put at risk, or physical or emotional well-being of a third party is harmed or threatened in any way as a result of War Child's work activities. Stress and well-being. The environments and nature of work experienced by War Child staff is likely to cause high levels of stress. Country directors must take steps to monitor their own stress levels and those of their staff. Signs of stress can be any of the following: behavioural, withdrawal, excessive eating, drinking, smoking, poor concentration, etc. Emotional, loss of confidence, lack of self-esteem, anxiety or frustration. Or physical, difficulties in sleeping, frequent and unspecified aches and pains, or digestive problems. So that concludes the security induction for War Child. If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. My mobile is always switched on 24/7 and my email address can be contacted anytime on any issues that you have, as long as it's security related, of course.
Okay, thanks for listening everybody. I'm available at any time, so if anyone needs to contact me regarding the organisational security policy or any security issues they have. As I mentioned earlier on, the situation is volatile in the countries where we work, and you guys are the eyes and ears for the organisation to ensure that we know exactly what's going on. Thank you very much.